So here's the thing. When you learn how to start living by faith instead of just by what you think you can see and control and can understand, you open up to so much magic and miracles. And if you're someone who's like really practical and this is like hard for you to get your mind around, I just want to challenge you to think of it this way. Take your body, for example, right? Trillions of cells coming together with the agreement to give you life. Do you understand how any of that's happening? Do you? And when we want to get into it and look at it from quantum physics point of view, every atom is 99.9999 whatever black matter, empty space. We don't know what it is. Okay? So the physical, what you think you see, is such a tiny fraction, and that goes for you. You know, we get so attached, we think we're this body, but you're really so much more than that. You're a spirit, you're infinite, you're eternal, right? You're the consciousness that's experiencing life through this body, right? So for those of you who have a hard time understanding the non-physical, the spiritual, the unseen realm, something you can do, there's two things I'm going to suggest you can do. One, you can look at it from a kind of practical standpoint, try to reason with your mind a little and be like, do I actually understand this unseen force that has given me life? Can I actually comprehend that with my human brain? No. Do I understand how my subconscious mind is just running my body on autopilot for me? I don't have to think to breathe, although you may want to intentionally breathe deeper. So maybe right now would be a great time to take a nice, deep, intentional breath. Many of us walk around just taking shallow breaths, but you breathe without needing to think about it, without needing to consciously understand how it's working, right? You don't consciously necessarily understand how your heart's beating and pumping blood through your veins. Like even, scientists and doctors can look into that and like come up with their conclusion of what they think is happening, but there's still some unseen force making it happen. And do we really understand what that is? So loud. It's rush hour. I should have known. My windows are open. But yeah, you don't understand that. You can take a look at nature and just see how everything is just thriving. Like, do you understand how the plants are actually created, or like how the sky exists, or how we're like just floating through space on this giant ball? Like, do we understand this? No, we don't. So like, one good thing is to remind yourself that there's just miracles that are innate that we don't understand, yet they exist and they're happening all day, every day without you needing to control it. So that is one good way to kind of bring you back into remembering. And another one is to, when you're finding yourself really overthinking, overanalyzing, feeling like you need to figure something out, trying to figure out what something means, just be okay in the not knowing. Even if your mind thinks you know, right? Like, we like to judge people and think we know what they're all about. Like, that's a waste of time, right? Or we like to try to look at the situation and be like, what does this mean? Or plot and scheme. It's like, you can just put your hands up and be like, you know what? Actually, I don't know. And that is okay. I don't know, and that is okay. Not knowing, admitting that you don't know, and just being in that kind of that void, that open, it feels so vulnerable for us. The conscious mind doesn't like it because it's like, oh, I'm losing control. But it's like, the conscious mind is what, 5%? It's not really in control anyway. The subconscious, the unseen realm, is what's in control, really, whether or not you like it. Okay. So yeah, saying something along the lines of, I don't know what any of this means. I don't actually know what's going on. I don't know how this is going to work out, just be okay with that. And then you can go with, so that gets you kind of in an open, neutral, non-judgmental space, not labeling anything, because we're directing the way the energy flows through us based off of what we're thinking, right? That's why people who have very rigid beliefs have a hard time receiving, right? Because they're like making it really difficult. So the more open and allowing you can be, the better. And then you can go in with some positive affirmations, like really take a look at what's your core belief system. Do you believe that God or the unseen force of the universe or whatever, do you believe that it's good? See, a lot of us have been indoctrinated to think that it's not good, that if we don't try to micromanage and control everything, bad things are going to happen. So that's, if that's what you believe deep down, you're going to have a very hard time letting go, right? So you can look at your core beliefs, and reevaluate and switch them over to something that serves you. Something more along the lines of, I'm safe. I know I'm always protected. I know I'm always provided for. I know that things are always working out for me. I trust that this issue is going to be resolved in the best way possible. It's okay for me not to know. I know that time is on my side. Life is on my side. I know that all the support always shows up. Whatever you need to do to like really just be in that space where you feel safe allowing, okay? And if you're someone who has a lot of resistance around that, if you have heavy trust issues, been there, I get it. You can, a way to kind of segue into this is, I'm open to seeing this differently. I'm open to the idea that maybe this could work out. I'm open to the idea that maybe I don't need to know all of this in order to be safe, right? Just kind of softening that resistance a little bit. And I'm just going to close out with this. This has been a journey for me, and I'm still on it. The more I dive into understanding manifestation, and specifically the way I teach it very much from a feminine energy standpoint. And it doesn't matter what your gender is, which energy you primarily express. We both have masculine and feminine energy within us. Feminine is the vulnerable, receptive, open energy, and that's what allows you to receive more. And I'm all about doing less and receiving more. And the more I practice this and actually embody this myself, I'm blown away by how much I can receive without even doing anything. And again, this goes back to the core beliefs that I've instilled in myself of I'm worthy, I'm deserving, life is on my side, there's no limit to what I can create, there's no limit to what I can receive. It's safe for me to trust, right? These were things that took time to really instill because I had a lot of contradictory beliefs instilled in me, and I had trust issues for very good reasons, right? But I realized they weren't serving me. But the more I've practiced, the easier and easier my life has gotten. And I've learned that manifestation, when you do it this way, it's not about what you're doing. It's not about trying to make things happen in the physical. It's about how quickly can you get out of the way? How quickly can you drop your guard? How quickly can you let down your defenses? How safe can you feel in the uncertain, in the unknown, in the void, in the darkness? How still can you be, right? How good of a receiver can you be? And again, this doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman, or if you're a woman who primarily is in her masculine, or a man who's primarily in your feminine. It doesn't matter. You can choose, if this is appealing to you, you can choose to learn this and learn how to just let life take care of you and let it be easy. It's so much about allowing. It's so much about letting go of the resistance. Okay. So if this is speaking to you on any level and you'd like to learn more, I would love to help you. I would love to teach you more. There's a couple ways you can work with me. I offer personal readings, email coaching, combination packages of the two. And then I go into this in depth in manifestation mastery. I really go over in that program, like everything that I teach is probably the most comprehensive one. I teach mindset, how to really rewire your conscious and your subconscious mind, how to regulate your emotions and be really stable internally, how to work with your nervous system, because these are all components of really being in that receiving mode and being very intentional about what it is you want to open up and receive, right? It's not just like, oh, a leaf blowing in the wind. It's very intentional, but it's not by force. It's totally working the energetic side. It's totally an inner game. So if that appeals to you, you can take a look at that. You can read all about it. Everything's linked in my bio. Another one you might want to check out just based off the topics we've talked about today is receive, okay? In receive, I dive into specifically working on healing your relationship with your feminine energy. And again, this can apply however you identify. It's really just if you want to learn how to feel safe being in that energy, you may want to check that out. There's a lot of information just on the sales page, so you could just take a look at it and see how it feels for you. So anyway, I'm sending you love, guys. I intend that this made sense. Feel free to let me know in the comments below if you're not following or subscribed. I'd love to have you join me here. I put out these videos every single week to help you. I'm sending you love, and I'll see you soon.